How you feeling over there?
I'm doing okay. How are you?
Hi, Boujee. What's up now? Oh,
Hey, so what's up, man?
you excited? You
I'm
nervous?
so excited and nervous and just excited. I've been thinking about it all weekend,
Uh-huh.
and I thought I was all prepared just to wake up this morning and realize I can't even do this in my own house.
Oh, okay. That's different. That's different. But
It,
that happens. You gotta know. Listen, you gotta know where you gotta be.
yep. So thank you, sis,
You just
for
had other things
hosting.
over here that you needed.
There was clearly other things here I needed for this. Thank
hmm
you, sis.
That hand. Wait.
So what kind of things been going through your mind? What you been thinking about
Well,
as
I've been
far
in
as the session or anything, even outside of that you're feeling any kind of
I've
emotions
been
or feelings about?
excited to connect to myself and allow
Mm-hmm.
myself the space because I
Mm-hmm.
haven't really done that
Mm-hmm.
as I should be. Um, and this way I knew I was gonna take this time out and carve it out. So I was really excited about that because I kind of miss me.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been feeling disconnected.
That's a real thing. I kind of miss me. That's a real thing. Getting back to who you are,
Mm-hmm.
right? Or getting back to who you're supposed to be. That's a real thing too, you know.
Yes.
So you have any anxiety?
Sometimes I have a little anxiety of trying to figure out or not trying to figure out, but of what to I'm gonna learn. But not like I'm not afraid of it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm it's more like anxious to know, curious. Um I I'm excited. I'm anxious because I have pain in my shoulder
Mm-hmm.
and that's I don't want that to distract me.
So it's not gonna distract you. Trust
It's
me.
not.
No,
And
ma'am.
Randy just blessed me with some oil and I was like, oh,
Yeah.
oh.
Mm-hmm.
So
So while you're going through the session, you're not going to even feel the pain that you currently physically feel. You're not going to even feel it
uh,
because it's not going to even like be there. And that is phenomenal when you're up under hypnosis. Things that you were
that
feeling, the
is
headache you
phenomenal.
had before, yeah, you're not going to feel none of that. Now, the pain that you felt in your shoulder or feeling, was that there before you got to Randy's?
Yes.
Was
I
it was it there last night?
yes.
Was it there yesterday?
Yes. I had an MRI yesterday.
Okay. All right. All right. Now, the pain you're feeling in your shoulder, is that a physical thing due to things going on? Or do you feel like that's something else?
I feel like it's a physical thing.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Okay.
I feel like it's a physical thing.
Okay.
And I feel like it's interesting though, because everything that hurts the most is all on my left side. I don't feel like that's a physical thing.
Well, did you see her? You saw your sisters. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Just a heads up. Just a heads up. And I just want to be clear. Any of that, we have always, most people feel that the word attachment, right, is negative. It is not always negative, right? It could be
Mhm.
energy, it could be negative energy, it could be an entity. So there's levels to it, right? The key is to find out what it is and why it's there. And as you've seen, I handle it very eloquently, okay?
Yes, you do, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, you do, Miss Ma'am.
So there's never any need to worry because even if you like, okay, all right, so now that we know, why are you there? Right? Why are you there? What is the need for this space that you're taking up? Why do you need that? Why is it there? You shouldn't be there. You don't belong there. So let's see what we can do. And that's a beautiful thing. The higher self already knows what is happening, what is going on, even if it hadn't relayed to you what something said is pain, etc., related to. Is it from a past life? Is it here? Including anything that is going on physically with the body right now. Where did it come from? It don't just come out of nowhere. It comes
Right.
from somewhere. So if you had kind of been focusing on that thought or anything related to that, what happens is that when we start to go into it, the higher self is going to take you to the first thing that is priority that needs to be healed.
Okay.
All right. And then everything else is secondary, tertiary, etc. Okay. So with that being said, and we just do that. If it's the worry of the mind, the higher self is going to let me know that because I'm going to ask. Right? We're going to ask what the hellendry is going on over there with Tarah. Okay.
Yes.
Because she want to know. And also, so just because you ask questions, every session that I have, I ask questions. I ask questions for you because on the surface, you asking surface type questions. But for me, I drill down to get to the bottom of it. And you want to do that in the questions that you asked here. You don't do that. Nobody does. It's in my session with you in the engagement with the higher self, the inner child, and the guides where we pull that out for you. It's for
I'm
your
so
highest good.
excited.
Yeah.
I love this. I love it so much.
It's for your highest good. And of course, I know you're gonna have tissues on deck. If Brandy, if you ain't got her some toilet paper tissue, get that because she gonna need it. Washcloth,
Yes.
whatever. Okay. And we're gonna have to do a pillow check because y'all get this thing going on. Listen, if you Randy's video, if you take a look and you started from the very beginning, from the time she's sitting up talking to me to the time she lays down, and you fast forward your finger on the thing, you watch and see her body go up and down and all
I
over
was
the place.
against it so much.
You hear her?
You don't even she don't even realize it. And then as I watch her, all not just her, but everybody all over the place, that you have no control. And so therefore we always want to make sure that we got you in the frame when you get ready to lay down, that your full body from here to here is in the frame. So it with some
Okay.
space because
I
you're gonna be
appreciate that.
all over the freaking place. And Randy was lifting her legs up, messing with cover and shit. Like it was it
I
was
was
cold.
cold.
So you
This
got
is
your blanket. Okay, cool.
it's an electric blanket.
Okay.
Okay, we might need one more. Um, let's see. Can you see me?
I can see some of you. I see more of the window space than anything. Yeah. Okay, Randy, go a little. Yeah, keep going, keep going, keep going, Randy. Okay, perfect. Now, Randy, up. Oh, yes, perfect. That's good right there. Oh, yeah, that's good.
Okay.
All right. So I want you just to relax, and so because of that, there's nothing wrong with going to church. Don't get me wrong, but that ain't everything for everyone. Some people they focus in multiple dogmas, and that's okay too. Whatever
Mhm.
they need, if you fit in, where you do. All right, I'm gonna go over your question sheet. You have a total of you got I didn't number them, but you got about look like could be close to 20 or whatever. When I read your questions, they were pretty surface type questions, which is fine. Most people do ask those questions, but as we move along through the session, some of these will get answered anyway, especially in the kasha. And even if it doesn't, there are questions that I'll be asking because this is what I do, and they'll just automatically come to me because I have what's called a past life regression panel. My
Mhm.
past life regression panel is a panel of 4 spirit guides. I don't even know who they are. I was told this, and I know that this is so because sometimes when there are times when I'm not sure what question is asked, it's kind of like somebody, you ever have like you in high school and somebody bump you from the back and you turn around, look like, dang, can't you see I'm here? Right. So they'll bump me from the back, like, go on, girl. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, I'm going. I'm going. You ain't got to push me. You ain't got to push me. I'm going. So to be like, they'll bump you, like, here's the question. Go on. Okay, I'm going. Give me a minute. So I always half the questions. I'm never at a loss for words for that reason because of them. And I'm thankful and I'm grateful that they're here. All right.
I
Um,
feel so happy right now.
you do.
Like I can't stop smiling.
That's part of the inner child and the higher self. Like,
Mm.
yes, girl, you did this. You got in. She said, tell your sister. I said, go on there and book a session right now because
She did.
they knew this was
I
needed.
wanted this so bad too. I
Mm-hmm.
was so mad at myself.
It's okay. You have these things, but when you have guides that know what is needed, they'll be like, Sora, can you ask Boujee to go ahead and get this session done? Because we need this for old girl. Okay, we got to have it, right? And so I said, Boujee, go ahead on and put on the list. Okay. Yes, she passed. She missed it, cut off. You know, it ain't nothing but energy for you. Go on and do it. It's free. And go on, do it, Boujee. Okay, well, no problem. All right. See, whatever Sora says, Rushi, Raziuk, my guys, whatever. They know I'm here for it. Even the ones that I don't want to do. They're like, okay, it's for their highest good, and that's for your elevation. Now go ahead on and do it. You ain't gotta like them. You ain't gotta be friends. Just get the shit done, Bougie. Okay, okay, okay. And I do that. Um, so they're ready. They want you to have this session for things that need to come up and out. All right. Now, just to get to know a little bit about you, we're about to do the interview session. I want you to tell me what is your earliest thought of you? Something that you did, something that happened. It could be positive, it could be fun. What is your earliest memory of Tara, who she was as a young child?
Tara.
Tara. Okay, Tara, I got you. Okay. What is your earliest memory of you?
I my earliest memory of me. Ah, I'm flooded with like feelings of I was really young, but it's just love and Trudy and my mom and Trudy's living room.
Okay, stop right there. You sounding a little muffled. I'm not sure why that is right now. Okay, now that yeah, let's try. Okay, yeah.
Okay. Is that
Okay.
better?
Oh, much better. Okay, there we go.
Okay.
All
Did you
right.
hear did you hear what
Uh-uh.
I said?
No, you said I heard something about your mother, but I didn't hear any of the rest of that. So start over for me.
Okay, I said I just was flooded with feelings of love and
Mm.
um I remember my mom and Trudy in her living room, but I'm very young. Um I think I'm a toddler. I
Mhm.
don't know, but I remember walking and I remember um I'm silly. Oh shoot. Very playful. I don't it's not specific. I just see her living room right now.
Mhm.
My whole body is thumping.
Your whole body is doing what?
Like my heart, I feel my heart. It's just
Mhm.
thumping.
Thumping. Mm. Just allow that was where we kind of slowed some things down with the breathing. So you're being acclimated with the body, noticing things, which means it shouldn't be any difficulty having you to go under through the hypnosis. It's just the body allowing you to know your sensors are just on high alert for information for receiving because when we get ready to connect your feelings, emotions, visuals to the past life regression, the body is now letting you know that you're going to feel everything. That is 100% what is happening. So the inner child and higher self are kind of fine tuning everything. So it's okay in between questions that I'm asking you. if you notice things, it's okay to speak those out because you're not necessarily speaking those to me. You also are doing it for you so that when you get the recording, you will notice these things that you probably never noticed before. Okay. So if you feel the
Mm.
need to speak those out, feel free to do that. Okay. All right. All right. So moving past that when you were a toddler, let's go and move towards when you were like maybe in elementary school. Tell me something that is one of the memories that you have from elementary school.
I remember being in first grade and I was very excited because I liked what we were learning and I knew all the answers and I wanted to shout them out. So I raised my hand really proudly and she called on me and I said my answer and it was correct, but I had a speech impediment and so everyone laughed.
Uh-huh.
And I was so embarrassed because I was like, well, that's the right answer.
Uh-huh.
Why are they laughing at me? And it
Mm,
was because it sounded different
mm,
and then I didn't want to talk anymore.
mhm. When you think about that now, because that comes up for a reason, about the speech impediment, about the kids laughing, and they weren't necessarily laughing to be mean, but it did sound a little different for them. As you think about that now, what can you equate that to something in your current lifetime where something like that similar happened as an adult?
I am extremely cautious in how I speak because I don't like to be made fun of or felt like when I speak I am unintelligent. And oftentimes I get tripped up. I'm nervous when I talk and I don't like to.
Mhm. Would you
um,
say that because of that, that kind of holds you back from things that you could do that is relating to the voice, that is speaking, that is representing, that is stepping out there further because you're so careful, I mean, careful to be, um, see, that just noticed that when I said careful, but I meant careful, right? So that is
mhm,
an example to you that even though I said it and it came out wrong, I just said it the way it needed to be said and kept right on going, right? Now,
right.
that wasn't for
And I
me.
didn't even notice it.
But I did. See, so that wasn't for me, but that was for you. Because when you play this back, you'll see that. So, do you feel that those things that you just mentioned can kind of hold you back or have from either taking positions or starting something or getting involved in something that you'd like to do and be representing? Because
100%.
mhm, mhm,
I feel like I'm supposed to be a voice and be out there, putting
mm,
myself out there mostly because I think I have things to share with people and love to share that they
mhm,
need. And I'm terrified
mhm,
for my voice to be heard.
mhm. Even though people have the tendency to be mean, either on purpose or not, just because their uncanny wittiness is not acceptable at certain times, but because people just used to doing it however, whenever, due to social media. Um, what do you feel like from as a child where you kind of was laughed at that moment that we're speaking of? Which do you think hurt the most, knowing that you had the answer and they didn't pay attention to that, or them laughing at you and you didn't know why?
Ooh.
Mhm. See how I say the questions come even if you don't think about them. Your guides and I work together to pull this information because it's important for your past life regression.
I think it's because they didn't pay attention to the part that was important.
Mhm. Would you say that you're a person that when you speak, you wanna be heard?
Yeah, I don't like to repeat myself.
Mhm.
And I often have to because I'm soft spoken.
Mhm. What is something that irritates you?
Ooh, apparently being ignored, because that's the first thing that came out.
Mhm, mhm. I want you to tell me about a time in your elementary school years, because it is connected, where you felt like you were ignored. It could been as something at home. It doesn't have to be school, but it would have been during your elementary years.
Hmm. Oh, okay. So I'm remembering a time. I feel like I always got attention for things I didn't want it for,
Mhm,
and never for the things that I was proud of.
mhm. Isn't that it?
So I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, go ahead.
So like I had a memory of sitting on the table and the table fell. Like the table just happened to break while I was
Mhm,
sitting on it. And I was mortified because I was like, everybody was laughing because it was like, you're fat. You broke the table. But I was in the middle of doing something for, like, we were working on group projects
mhm.
and we were doing something at the table. And I don't know, I love school and I like to show my smarts.
Mhm, mhm,
But instead, I didn't feel like that's what I had attention for. It was only attention for negative things.
mhm.
I didn't really feel like anyone actually saw me, including my parents, because I was always not enough. Like I was trying to do better
Mhm. So
or
not
the
being
best.
not being seen for the things you felt was important was an obstacle.
I guess so.
You never thought about that before
I
today.
sure did not.
So that's coming up for a reason as well. All
That's
right.
interesting.
Very. All right. Tell me something. I know this is going to sound very odd, but it's coming to the front. Tell me something connected to hair where you had an experience. And I'm saying that because as I look at you, you got one of your little twisties. It's kind of standing straight up in the air, kind of like like attention. But that's not actually by mistake. It's actually something that you had an experience, something dealing with hair. So this is teams letting me know. Was there a
Oh,
time when you were a child, something happened and it was around hair? So let me know what that is.
I actually, oh my goodness. When I was 13, I got my first perm.
Mm-hmm.
And my mom took me to a beauty shop and it was supposed to be professional because my mom was like, I don't know the best way to care for your hair anymore. So we started to go to this woman and she was like, we're going to perm her hair. And she burned my scalp and half of my hair fell out.
Mm,
And then she cut my hair and then it was awful and asymmetrical when it was not cool. Um, asymmetrical because like of the way my hair fell out, not because she cut it
right,
correctly.
right.
And it was hideous and
Mm,
short, and I was embarrassed, and I felt very ugly.
mm-hmm,
Um, and then my hair has never ever grown right since.
mm-hmm.
Um,
So that
yeah.
has spilled over into your adulthood, the caring and or the way your hair grows. Is that correct?
Hmm.
Mhm. Isn't
My
that
hair has to
odd?
be done.
Yeah, it's odd that that came up, right?
It's very weird. I
Mhm.
did not expect that.
Right. Okay, so these things are coming up for a reason. That's why we have interview sessions because things that need to come up will come up, right? Feeling ugly because of a mistake of someone else's it's never a good feeling. It's different if we did it because, oh, I messed up, right? But when
Right,
someone
right.
else did it, it's like, damn, it ain't even my fault. Why do I gotta look like this, right? So,
And then I had to take pictures, and it was so bad. Everybody was
yes.
like, "What happened?"
Hmm.
And I had braces. Oh,
Yeah.
it was a
So
rough time.
that was around what age or what grade?
13.
13. Oh, you said that 13. Okay, perfect. And it's odd that you actually remember that number. So that number is also significant. It didn't just happen when I was in middle school. It didn't happen when I was 14. It happened when I was 13, right?
Hmm.
Okay. So that was
Yes.
a significant time in your life of different changes and things, including the braces. All right,
Yep.
now, speaking of braces and teeth, let's talk about teeth.
Oh,
What
teeth.
is let's let's talk about something, an embarrassment moment that you had that is around teeth as an adult. Something that happened.
Wow. You're so good. Okay. Um, well, first of all, I feel like teeth throughout my childhood, teeth were important to my mom.
Mhm.
And going to the dentist, I loved it. It was great until I had every cavity ever. And then um, as an adult, when my mom passed away and my dad like took me off of his insurance, and
Mhm.
so I and put my stepsister on it instead, and I couldn't go to the dentist. And I
Mhm.
knew I needed to, and my teeth care were really important. My mom took very good care of them, or made sure I did as I was growing up. And once I couldn't go to the dentist, I my teeth got bad throughout college, and then by the time I had my first job and could go to the dentist, I needed root canals, and my teeth were coming out. And now I feel like I don't have enough teeth in my mouth. It's
Mhm.
hard to chew, and it's embarrassing because two of my front teeth, when I smile, you can see. And I love my smile, so that's upsetting.
Mhm.
I hate that.
Mhm. And your team knows that. Okay. They know that your smile is important, so that came up. See how one segment is connecting to the next without you even knowing. You would have never talked to me about these things.
Sure, sure would not have.
They would not- Oh, goodness. All right.
I'm noticing. Oh, this is cool.
Now let's talk about the stepsister. It's coming up for a reason. Disconnection or connection to her, feelings around her, not even the feelings that he took you off and replaced her, but the mere non existent or existent relationship with her. Tell me about the stepsister.
I think she's lovely.
Mm-hmm.
She's a. I love her to pieces. We
Okay.
actually are like we don't necessarily talk often,
Mm-hmm.
but when we do, it's always very meaningful and we
Mm-hmm.
connect in a very special way. The
Mm-hmm.
funny thing to me is that she is now a dentist.
Did you hear what you just said?
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. See, the question wasn't to be anything negative about the insurance. It was about the connection with the sister or something that needs to connect. So, with
Hmm.
that being said, maybe you need to reach out to her.
I think she would love that actually. Is that
I think you would love that. But you don't
possibly?
but you don't like to ask for things. Unfortunately, that is a
I
problem
don't.
for you. Mhm.
It is.
Mhm. Uh no one knows what you need or want unless you ask, right? But because you're big
Yeah.
sister, you're used to helping, you don't ask for it when you need it. It's very necessary. We need you to work on that. Okay.
Yes.
These things are coming up absolutely for a reason. Every question that I'm asking is connected and entangled with the next one for a reason. And so it's just to bring some things to the forefront for you, to have you to take a deeper observation at them because your inner child and higher self already knows. But bringing it to consciousness forward to you now that you see, when you go back and see these things, you'll remember like, wow, okay, okay. So maybe starting a conversation with her, letting her know about some things and see how she may be able to assist you, right?
Okay.
So the work that I do is energetic, the work that she does is physical, but you have a relationship, there's one there. So
Hmm.
family can help family. You hear
I
me?
don't know why. I do. I feel, I guess, it's like I'm an orphan sometimes.
Hmm. And there's a reason for that too. Having to grow up a little faster than you would have wanted to can cause a
Hmm.
person who is in that space to be a little bit more isolated because they want to disconnect from that they don't want to do at that moment, but they have to, and they understand why, but they don't want to. I don't want to understand why. Why I'm a big sister. I don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? I know this is coming
Hmm.
up for a reason. All right. We're going to move forward and we're going to go ahead and move to okay, I'm a full adult now, out of college, working experiences, etc. I want you to talk about something where your work experience meant a lot for you, but it wasn't quite a match. That is coming up for a reason. Hmm. You want? I don't even know you, Tara. I don't know you other
This
than
is
what I
so
see.
funny. I love it. It's so good.
It's crazy. Like how the fuck? Okay, you got to remember the work that I do, right? As a medium, so I connect to the guides. They connect to me. Higher self energy. Ask about this. Ask about that. Ask about this.
This
Being
is
a
so funny.
Yeah, so
Okay.
being a medium is not me knowing things like the clairvoyance, clairsentient, it's none of that. It is receiving the information that comes to me and knowing that that's not my thought, that's not for me, that's for someone else. Being able
Hmm.
to differentiate, but as the information comes in, knowing what needs to be said when it needs to be said. So that's kind of where this is coming from. Okay? All right.
Okay, I take it.
This is your show, and this is all 100% for you. All right. Give me an instance of that.
My very first job from college, I worked in a rehab and nursing center.
Mhm.
I thought I was great. Well, I was doing okay. I have very high standards, so if I'm actually being honest, I don't think I was doing great, but I was doing okay, struggling with managing my time and all of my energy in the right places. But I also have a lot of energy and very bubbly and very good with people. And um, in this world, it comes with a diagnosis called ADHD.
Mhm.
And my job did not like that I had ADHD, and they quickly targeted me for that. And
Mhm.
instead of saying, hey, these are some things we need to work on, it was more so like, you have a lot of energy and you just bounce around here all the time. We don't like that. We're going to need you to change that.
Mm.
Um, and it was very much like I got injured and ended up being on a medical leave for a while. And when
Mhm.
I came back, the people that had to replace me during that job, they loved that.
Mm.
And so when I came back, I felt like an outsider. And very quickly, I was weekly, they were like, are you taking your meds? Are you doing this? Are you doing that? When was the last time you saw your doctor? Um, have you taken your meds? It doesn't seem like you are. You're not performing like we want you to do. And then it was, you can either resign or we're going to fire you. And that was terrifying because
Mhm.
had never done anything but excellent work in my
Mhm.
lifetime.
Mhm.
um, and received usually constructive feedback, but none of theirs was. It was very much like bullying,
Mhm.
and so I chose to leave because I didn't want my name to be messed up on my first job out of college. And the funny thing to me is that I just am starting a new job on the 17th that is in the same type of facility, and I haven't worked with the elderly since, and I'm nervous.
Mhm.
um, I'm a much different person now. Um, but I still have ADHD. I'm still bubbly, and that will never change, and I will not apologize for it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it did leave a salty taste in my mouth and made me wonder if I could even do that type of
Mm-hmm.
work anymore. And
Mm-hmm.
now I am about to
Mm-hmm.
start that. Huh. Well then,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, there's that.
So basically, you had as a young adult an incident of bullying on the job, being targeted.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So you know what that feels like. So as you move through spaces in life after that, when people around you who you love, you identified it more than they did. Would you say that?
Probably.
Mm.
Yes.
Yeah. So what happens is there was a signature point with that type of feeling connected to that action that was not yours. So as you move through life and you see that and a person doesn't recognize if they're being bullied or if they're being targeted or this is happening for not the reason that they say it is, it's something else, you can identify it more than someone else. That always happens through some type of trauma. And that was a sense of trauma to you. You didn't do anything, but out of nowhere, this is happening. They needed to make a basis for something. So they just started pulling needles out of a haystack that were invisible, but they
Hmm.
needed to be able to document. And that's what happened. But that's okay, because that was a lesson that you moved through and learned, and energy that you experienced to add to the repertoire of different things that you can feel and identify not only for yourself, but also for others, especially in a space of advocating.
Ooh, yes.
Mhm. So there needs to be some healing around the lack of self love. When you are a giver, which is a healer, of love to others, you have to fill the space continuously with love that you need for yourself. It's important because the vessel runs dry.
So dry.
Hmm. And you need to allow people to love you the way they can, but with what you need. But if they don't know what you need because you lack the space of loving self, you can't even tell them what you need. I need something, but I don't know what that something is.
Mhm.
I would like to have it from you, but I can't even tell you what it is. Do you see how conflicting that is?
100%.
Hmm. So saying that out loud is merely the icebreaker for you to work on that and for you to allow that space to open up so that you can do that. You're giving yourself permission at this very moment and telling your higher self to step through and the inner child to assist you with recognizing when you need something to vocalize that they know, but they just need your permission because of what we're just having this very conversation. Everything that we've talked about all is turning all around full circle to self-love, because there's something that happened around that, whether it was this lifetime or past lifetime, giving yourself permission to give, 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 and lack the space of receiving, which is so empty. So you gotta work on that. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Now we're going to go ahead and move forward with the session. I am going to take like a 3-minute break, run and get something to drink. I want you, if you need to go to the restroom, do that. Or if you just need to be with yourself, get some water, you do that. And I'm going to be right back. And as soon as I get back, we're going to get started. Okay?
Okay. Okay. Good. Good. I
It's going
love
to be
tea.
good. It's going to be good, Tara. I already know. I already know, Tara. I
I'm,
always want to
I'm,
say Tara, but it's Tara, right?
yes.
All right, all right, all right. Uh,
Mhm.
yeah, I'm excited about this for you, boo. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I can already tell the way the interview session went. I will say this. All right. So a lot of people don't know about, what am I say? A lot of people don't, they do the interview session like off camera, which is fine, because there are a lot of healers that do past life regressions and stuff like that. But this one, your interview is one I want to be able to post. Can I post it?
Yeah.
The reason why I say this is because most people, even though they speak of superficial things, they stay there until we go under hypnosis. Yours came out before hypnosis, right? One led to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next, of things that you didn't even realize that wasn't even on your plate, on your radar, nor your agenda. And I want to show people how the interview session process pulls things forward, right? It pulls it forward. And that's important for people to know, especially if they want to have a session. Because
Right.
you think you're just doing general conversation. Here come Boujee with her little bougie ass, okay? She started pulling shit out like, where the hell that come from? Who left the gate open, right?
It was good. I love that.
It was absolutely good. And what it did was it allowed you to drop anything that you may have felt around anxiety and fear. It just the guard just went completely down. And that's how I know this session is going to be so smooth. No matter what comes up, it's going to be smooth. And have you ever had a session before?
I had an attempt at a session.
Yeah. Oh, listen, baby, listen, because you got the right one right now. Okay. I know
I do got the right
I
one.
know it was different from what I know this, right? So yeah, we got this, baby. Okay. All right. So, all right, we're gonna get relaxed here.
I'm so happy. I'm happy it's you.
Mhm. Happy that it's me. Because this is gonna be amazing. Oh, I just love it. I just love what I do. I love all parts of the things that I do, but I really love this because this allows me to do healing in more than one space. It allows me to do it on the soul level. It allows me to do it on a timeline level, right?
Right.
And it allows me to do it on the body level because the body at some point had some type of trauma, whether it was mentally, in the mind, the brain, etc., through whatever it is. And so this allows me to just like, nigga, you as a whole kind of. Now, I want you to just think about what you just said. All these things that you want to do to help incorporate all of those things came up in just our little interview session, either in spaces that you lack or that you need. So a therapist can also need things and provide therapy to others.
Yes.
Think about how that deep that is. I'm a therapist. I can help others, but I also lack spaces of things that I need and I'm not helping myself sometimes. But my help also comes through, and therapy for myself is through helping others.
Amen.
So you'll hear people say, how you going to be such and such? You need to have your shit together. Easy, because it's your journey. Your journey could be having lack in spaces so that you can get it elsewhere. So don't ever let a motherfucker tell you that I can't be no therapist and I can't be there because I ain't got my shit together. No, no, no. The space where you need to have it together for others is there. Personal life is different. That's your journey to get from others. Right.
That's so good.
Profound.
Yes,
Yes.
profound.
And that's what will make you the best therapist in whatever area you decide to go. As you tweak and work on this and get from them, because they gave to you, you're able to give to others. Okay.
That's why I love what I do.
Yes. You're on fucking track. Stop thinking you're off. On track. All right.